What's up, Internet? We are back in the town with My Animal Crossing Life, January 6, 2019. You may have noticed it's a little late in the day to be doing this. This was not by design. You may also notice I have not presently done a Pokemon Let's Play. Those things very much go hand in hand. My recording device and my console that I've got my Pokemon games on and stuff, they're not exactly cooperating right now, so... I've been spending a couple hours trying to fix whatever the problem was. I'm still trying to identify the problem, honestly, but I figured, it's 8:30, I'm kind of losing my window of time for doing anything of value in Animal Crossing, so I figured I'd get this out and, maybe de-stress a little with it, hopefully. So, I think we've got some new fossils from the Museum of Fossilitude. So we'll grab these first and see what else we can do during the day. And then maybe we'll go look for our Igloo of Destiny and hope that someone not stupid is running it. Also, money would be good. Okay, so nothing new there. Oh, that's another thing we need to check out on. I am totally scatterbrained right now. We want to go down this way. And up this way, and around this way, down here. Oh yeah, our tree's growing nicely. Nice. Yeah, this is the money rock while we're here. I'll go to Nooks and see what's up. I mean, I don't presently have any money on my character, which is a problem. One that I'm currently facing in real life. Got a Patreon, go support it please. I'd like to continue to be able to do awesome things for my channel, but money is sort of a problem. Okay, hey, we got ourselves a fossil. Awesome. Oh, since I don't know how much more we're going to be able to do for Nook in terms of money making, let's take some crappy fruit. And, hey, some furniture. What do we got? A lunar rover. And, well, I'm freaking keeping that. Because I likes me my swords. Swords make everything better. I guess we'll place it over here. There we go. Oh, no, it's later games that have a sound effect when you place the Master Sword. Still, hey, Snowman bit. We can do something with that later. If we find the other half. Do I have room for 3 parts? I do not. Now I do. More fruit. Still not sure what Nook has in store for us, but we do need some money if we're going to go challenge the Igloo Masters. What do you have, Mr. Nook? Looks like something from the Kiddie series, which I care not for. That is not a lot of money. Okay, and it's going to be even less when we buy these flowers. Alas. We may have to buy a little bit more fruit before we can go on amazing adventures in Igloo Town. Alright, I think the next step will be to get rid of all of those fossils before we move on, just so we have inventory space, because inventory space is important. Alright, now we're going to start working down here, I think. Just beautifying the acre, because why not? Let's plant the flower, not drop it, like a spaz would. Hey, I know where that goes. That goes... That's convenient. Okay. Well, I guess we're doing this now. Get bigger, Mr. Snowball. Preferably don't explode by running into something. Because I want snowball furniture. And I think snowmen stop showing up at, like, the end of January, so we really don't have a lot of time to be getting the rest of this stuff, but it would be nice. Problem is, we actually have to get the snowmen relatively well proportioned, which can be kind of annoying. Yeah, I think that looks about right. Hey, newer watcher, Pen. I'm a guy who's now doing Animal Crossing videos because reasons. Because YouTube subscribers and ad revenue and stuff. Because donations are a thing, and I thought Animal Crossing would be fun. This is actually an idea I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and I've finally decided to man up and do it. Because every year I tell myself, that's a stupid idea, I'm never going to do it. And it's like, well, you know, this might actually be interesting, people might like it, and I need more people liking my stuff, so why not? Alright, I think that'll be roughly the right size. He's average, which I think means we might get like a normal piece of furniture from him, not one of the awesome penguin things. The snowman things. Which sucks, because snowman things, first of all, they're awesome, they give you lots of HRA points, but also you can sell them for a lot of bells. And seeing as we want bells, that would be useful. Alright, it's Money Rock. Not the Money Rock. Do we have any new villagers? Doesn't look like it. At least Pippi's not running the show in the igloo today. That's for the best. Yesterday she took like all my money. Pillbug. I need that for the museum. I got you, you little crustacean. And Blither should be happy because you're not an insect. I need you to give me a thing. Well, I'm nothing but obscure games. Check out my YouTube channel. Like, seriously, it is basically nothing but obscure games. Unintentionally, too. I just play everything because I like everything. Okay, gotta go talk to Cody. But, oh no, we do actually have a new neighbor. We have Biscuit. Should probably go talk to him. Introduce myself. For a brief moment, he had pupils. Actually, those gyroids work really well with that, music. Okay, where is... Alright, Cody Brain Fart, who lives at the very southernmost tip of the world. Cody Brain Fart. It's the same as my Twitch channel, but with spaces between the words. Same as my, Twitter, same as my pretty much everything else. I tried to make it as easy as it possibly could be to find me, since I'm trying to, like, turn this into a business. Failing horribly, but still trying. It's the one thing I've ever been good at. Ah, Money Rock, Money Rock, Money Rock, Money Rock, Money Rock, Money Rock, Money Rock. We did get the 13,000. That might mean we can actually get some good igloo loot if we get someone good running the igloo, and that's the real trick. I picked up one too many. That's an annoying thing. Like, if you're picking up bags of money and you run out of space in your pockets, you can't just drop it into your wallet, which I think is the stupidest thing. You have to, like, actively drop it or put in, like, an envelope. Then you have to put something else in your wallet. It's just, like, an extra step you don't need. I think later iterations kinda... Hey, phone notification. New YouTube subscriber. Thanks, Penguin. Alright. Okay, we gotta get these to blithers. We really should go fishing at some point, but I just started this day ridiculously late trying to fix stuff to finish off my Pokemon Let's Play. And am not doing a great job of that. I mean, yesterday there was a reason to start late, KK Slider, but... You can't freak out about this, Blathers. It is not an insect. It is a crustacean. Thanks, I do my best. But it's been especially hard over the past year. With YouTube changing all their policies, I no longer get ad revenue. And I just lost my other job about 6 months ago. Haven't been able to find a new one, so... You know, it's tough. But, you know, it's what I'm doing. It's what I can do. It's what I'm good at, so I figured I might as well give it a shot, because I don't really have much else going right now. And honestly, I don't want to do anything else. Talking about video games is one of the few things I'm really good at. I mean, before I did this, I was making games, and then a flood destroyed all my work, and kind of just left me with this, but you know, they kind of go hand in hand. If you understand how games work, I think it's easier to analyze them. The only problem is I don't think I'm not that charismatic, but you know, I'm still working on that. I mean, it doesn't help that I was a mute for like 23 years. But, you know, you do what you can, and you try and do your best, and you hope things work out, because that's life. Fortunately, I think I've got a relatively great audience, which is very, very nice. I don't get a lot of people who are just, like, blanket hating everything I do. I run into one or two people, as of course you always do on the internet, but for the most part, I've got a fairly respectful audience, which I am very, very grateful for. Hey! I'm sorry! I was busy trying to fix stuff. I was working on a couple of games. My big one was, like, this RPG project I've been working on for, I'll admit, far too long that it couldn't have actually been good, but it was 15 years worth of work I lost to a flood. The funny thing is, my house never got actually hit by the flood, but because all my stuff was in the basement, I had to move it upstairs just in case. And, in doing so, somehow, like, everything on my computer just got destroyed, and I tried taking it to, like, a memory specialist and stuff, it was just gone. But, you know, I should actually read what missions I'm being given. That would probably help. But... Hey, Sahara! I would like a carpet. I do not have one currently. Give me 1 second. The problem with Sahara is... she and her wallpaper cohort, Wendell, have really cool exclusives you can only get from them. The problem is, you don't get any choice in what they are. They're entirely random. And of course, one set I really like comes from each of them. So, I gotta spend some bells. I think it's something like 3,000 bells, so it's not too bad. We can afford it, but... I will take your crappy, lovely carpet. And you better use this money to help upgrade your crappy store. Oh crap, that's right, raffle tickets. I forgot that was a thing. I should be buying more stuff from Nook. I need to get NES games. They're fun. Although I can't get all of them because 4 are locked behind a freaking Action Replay cheat code wall, which sucks. I need to find like a cheap GameCube Action Replay. At some point. Alright, where are you, Sahara? You were in this... You didn't. I think she moved. Oh, come on, Sahara. I hear that. Yeah, life likes to kind of cock everything up. But the problem is I don't have a lot of other skills, and what skills I do have are not valued anywhere near where I live. I have, like, my town is, like, the worst for jobs, mainly because it's either you work in the oil industry or you work on a farm, and it's like, well, I can't really do either. I have a lot of education, but none of it's valued here, and I can't really afford to move or anything, so... You know, I take what skills I do have and I try and apply them to something that people might enjoy in such a way that they might help me pay my way, basically. But that's also the problem with working with Patreon and stuff, is like you're basically begging on the internet, which doesn't work all that well. The nice thing is I do have 2 or 3 really, really generous fans who help support the show, which is great. But, you know, it's one of those things where you don't want to sound greedy, but you always kind of need more if you want to actually start doing some awesome stuff. The nice thing is, though, before I lost my job, I managed to save some money, so I can at least afford rent for a while, which is good. But... yeah. It's not a good thing to admit, but I'm sure I'm far from the last person like this. I'm sorry about your situation as well. But... oh my god. Okay, I've been trying to get this video freaking tape for like 3 days, and it's always somewhere else, and it's always in the hands of someone running an igloo, so I can't do jack shit about it. Who the hell are you? Oh yeah, you're the lady I met yesterday. I'm gonna pretend I know who you are. Hey, I need to go to Weber to get that stupid videotape back, and I think 4 other things. That's actually quite convenient. There's a weed to pick up. Seriously, where the hell did Sahara go? She just disappeared. Okay, well, we gotta find Weber and Sahara and possibly an igloo. We've been pretty good this year. We actually have not gone a day without finding an igloo, which is cool. There's Sahara. Okay, now, we want the sand garden carpet from this lady, who I think in every other version is a man, but still. No. Oh, I want one. That is not the one I want, Sahara. Thanks. I aspire to a stable spot at some point. But, I appreciate people cheering me on. It's helpful. Okay, so I can actually choose what I want from her. That's actually cool. So we want something specific, so we're going to be here for a while. Oh, dear lord, it's the igloos all over again. I just want one thing from the igloos. This should not be that hard. And yet I've been at it for almost a week. Yes. That's tempting, Sahara, but no. Oh, and if you're interested in obscure games, I've had this, like, really obscure series I've been doing, like, every day for the past week, where I play a really obscure game, like, really late at night, just as part of a sort of discover what this is sort of thing for a review I gotta do in the future. But tonight I've got an obscure Capcom PS2 game. And of course you can see the others on my YouTube already, but I do not want a chessboard rug. No, I read this yesterday. I know in Japan, Sahara was a man. I think there was actually a couple, Animal Crossing characters that were actually... I don't know if they were just gender swapped or they were considered, like, cross-dressers in Japan or something, but they did something where the gender is different than what they were in North America and a few other places. Okay, Sahara. I don't want a daisy meadow, I want a sand garden. I think that's the name of it. I can look it up right now. I'm going to apologize for all the sound I'm about to make. Alright, Sahara. We want Sahara's carpets. Okay, let's see. Can we see her stock? Because I'm now on the fandom wiki. Come on. Carpets. We are looking for, just make sure I got the name right. Let's see. So let's see. Yes, we want the sand garden, that's right. Okay, Sahara. So what carpet can you give me? Is it the one I want? That is not the one I want. Now the real scary thing is, I thought this was the same for both of them. Apparently it's just Wendell, but one of these you have to basically just give an item blind and get a random item back, which sucks. It's not Namco, it's Capcom, but, I might have said Namco, I apologize. It's a game I played a long time ago that I had a lot of fun with, but was stolen. It was called Shadow of Rome. I know yesterday I kind of forego a PS2 game for the second Endless Ocean game just because I thought it would be weird and an interesting little interjection. Alright, let's trade. Nope. Let's trade. I played it a long time ago. I've only ever seen 2 copies, though. And they were literally both mine, so... You know, I assume it's not terribly common. But I remember it being a really fun game. Just because it combines, like, 2 completely polar opposite gameplay styles. I don't want a boxing ring mat. I want a sand garden. And you will provide it. I have to change our town tune at some point. Mossy carpet? That sounds like a step in the right direction. I know of Growlancer. I played the PSP one. I've wanted to get the PS2 ones for the longest time, though. But they are ridiculously rare. Like the one we got, anyway. But the PSP one is one of my favorite PSP games. Not that I've got many to compare it with. The PSP is hardly my favorite system. I think it's a little too awkward for my tastes. And the control stick on mine is a little bit wonky. Let's trade. Nope. That's close, though. Take out the lot and add garden, and then we've got a deal. I would like a carpet, yes. Oh, you really want to unload that boxing ring mat on people, don't you? You probably got like 80 of them and like 1 sand garden and you just don't want to part with it. Ancient tile. That sounds like a step in the right direction, but it's still not what we're looking for. At least it's not another boxing ring mat. Sahara, all you're doing is propagating the stereotype of completely stubborn camels. and it's not benefiting anyone. Just give me what I want, and I will leave you alone. That's pretty cool. I think I've only ever seen one copy of Girlanzer on the PS2, and they wanted like $600 for it. It's like, oh... yeah, no. Like, not even if I had that kind of money, no. I can think of several other games that cost around that much that I'd like first, but... I would like a carpet. Nope, not that one. Yeah. And it was one of those things where the disc already looked like a dog chewed it up, and there was no guarantees on it or anything. But that's also kind of the state of gaming in my town. There's like one proper game shop, and they charge about 50 times what anything's worth. Like, if you want a copy of Super Mario Duck Hunt, a game that costs literally nothing because everyone has like 20 copies of it already, you gotta pay like 75 bucks. Which is why I can't buy games locally. I have to order them from eBay, and now that there's like import fees and higher shipping costs and everything, that's becoming cost prohibitive too. Yeah, Panzer Dragoon Saga can be pretty expensive depending on the condition it's in, which sucks because that's one of my most wanted games. PDS is my most wanted game right now. I just saw it on eBay for $600, and that's about the cheapest I've seen it recently. It doesn't help that that's like a 4-disc game too. You and me both. But there's like PDS, there's R2 Rendering Ranger, there's Majuo. There's so many really expensive games. The really sad thing about PDS is they can't remake it for cheaper like they did with what was it? I was gonna say Bangai-O, but that's what I want. Sandgarden. What was it? Ikaruga. That was the expensive one. And Battle Greca. Although they're charging an arm and a leg for the digital download of Battle Greca as well. Last I checked, it was like 50 bucks on Xbox One. It's like, oh, but I want it. But at the same time, I want the Saturn version because the Saturn is clearly the best console. Okay, I'm gonna go put this back home before we do anything else. I still have to figure out who I have to talk to for various things. Spike. Since last year on my birthday, February 10th, which was a really, really bad day for me, for a lot of reasons. I could go in depth, but it would get kind of really sad. To try and make myself feel better, I bought myself a copy of Pokemon Red. It was my first Pokemon game. And I decided to do a Let's Play of it. And I've been just trying to go through Pokemon. Right now I'm on Pokemon Crystal. I've never played Pokemon Crystal. It was interesting, though. And I'm right about to finish the game. Unfortunately, the Retro Freak, which is what I'm playing on right now, for whatever reason, it seems to have kind of gotten a brain fart on some stuff. So I might not be able to do my Pokemon Let's Play today, unfortunately. I'm gonna try and do stuff to fix it. Like, the problem is I don't know what's necessarily wrong about it right now. I know, I'm doing this right now because I have to do Animal Crossing every day as part of my sort of experiment of like a daily Animal Crossing diary thing, but I figured, you know, I'd do some Animal Crossing, sort of chill out a little bit, and then get back to trying to fix my RF. And once that's done, we can do some more Pokemon stuff. And then once I'm done Pokemon Crystal, I guess I'm moving on to Ruby. That'll be exciting. And then after that, I don't know what I'm doing because I can't record DS stuff yet. I know DS recording equipment's like $1,000. I do have a couple Pokemon GBA hacks I could probably do, though, at some point. So, yeah, it's just sort of like an extended Pokemon Let's Play type thing. For this Let's Play through the series, so to speak, I finished Gen 1. I'm right in front of Red, the monster who stole our body, fame, fortune, and tossed us and our team to the cosmic wind. So I'm literally right at the end of Crystal. I'm at the final fight. And I managed to grind up to level 75 off-screen, because I was currently, like, level 50. And it's like, yeah, this guy's gonna wreck us, so I'm just gonna grind a little off-screen to save some time. But, unfortunately, the RF is having some issues remembering that I actually did any of that, so I'm gonna see if I can do something about it. Because I don't think filming an episode of grinding in, like, a very low experience area to try and get to the max level would be any interesting. But I finished Gen 1, I'm about to finish Gen 2, and I guess start Gen 3, which is always an interesting one. I think Gen 3 is probably my favorite, but I always find that to be the one where I don't know what I'm going to do with my team. Okay, well, when I was a kid, I had red, blue, and yellow, and I think what happened is, no one tells you this, but if you ever catch missing number, it actually manages to wreck your game in such a way that the game physically teleports itself out of existence. Because my Pokemon Red just disappeared. So I got a new one for my birthday last year for myself. I played Silver, but I never played Crystal. And that's actually kind of a bit of a shock, because I got Crystal sort of with the understanding that it was sort of like the best version that has everything, and I was completely shocked to find out one of my favorite monsters of Gen 2, Emperess, is not playable in it. That was quite a shock. I played Ruby, and I played Emerald. My brother got me a copy of Emerald for my birthday a few years ago. But Ruby I prefer because it has Mawile right at the start, which I love. I have a copy of the very first Pokemon Stadium game, the one that no one really knows about because it's never been released in North America. I played Pokemon Stadium 2 and, well, 2 and 3 if you're counting the Japanese numbers, but 1 and 2 in North America. I've played Coliseum a long time ago, both of them. Hey, once again, Sarah. I played Diamond and found that to be wildly, like, the worst game in the series. I played White. I've played X. No, I played Y. I played the one with the little dragon monster. I played Omega Ruby because, again, I like Ruby. I've played Sun, and I think that's pretty much my entire Pokemon history. So I've played most of them, but I can honestly say I don't think I've been really into Pokemon since Ruby. Ruby was like the last really good one, and then Gen 4 was just kind of so abortively bad that it just kind of took me off the entire series. Like, I still play it, but it's just I don't care as much anymore. But I'm very anti-4th generation. But I've played pretty much every generation in Pokemon in some form or another. Maybe not the Part 2s like Black 2, White 2, and like Sun, Moon 2. Though my brother has played Sun and Moon 2. It looks like we do not have any igloos today. That's unfortunate. We gotta get this to Liz. Where are you, Lizbeth? Maybe I should just send these museum letters out while I'm here, just so that I can fill up my inventory with space. Goodbye, Happy Room Academy. Goodbye, museum. I gotta read it first, even though I don't need to read it. I like the very official letterhead that the museum gets. Looks like it was drenched in coffee. It's just a very old scroll. Okay, so we need 5. We have enough room. Write a letter. And they can have the awesome sparkle paper of destiny. Well, I think that's the thing. Gen 4 had the problem of being... First of all, gameplay-wise, it felt the shortest out of all of them, which I was already unimpressed by. And second of all, I don't think any of their monsters were really all that good. Like, I can think of two monsters that really impressed me. I liked the evolutions of Shinx, and I liked that they went back to one of my favorite monsters, Gardevoir, and gave them, like, a samurai evolution. Because I thought that was really cool with Gallade. But I thought, you know... I've not played Platinum. I hear it's good, but I did not care for Diamond at all. It seemed short, and it didn't really feel all that good. I have a lot of problems with Gen 1. I disagree. You can see my, like, 15-minute review of it. And see my many, many problems with Gen 1. But Gen 1 laid the important groundwork for the rest of the games. And that makes it a valuable thing. I'm not sure I would say it was good, though. But it was an important step. That was another thing I found really disappointing about Pokemon, like after Gen 2, because Gen 2 had that sort of like, surprise, you think you're done, no, you're only halfway done sort of moment, and that was awesome. But then, you know, everything after that, it's like, okay, well, I'm playing Gen 3, so after I finish Hoenn, I'll be able to go to Johto, and then like Kanto, it's like, nope, you just get Hoenn. And Hoenn's a huge place, but... You know, being able to explore those previously explored regions that have admittedly been kind of truncated and shortened a little bit, but still very, very interesting. I liked Gen 2 because of that fact, but I don't know, I think Gen 3 is probably my favorite. Oh, and I've played Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, which I'm also doing a Let's Play for the series at, but I'm taking a bit of a break because end-of-year stuff wrecks my life. I get no sleep in all of December, and because I'm kind of extending it into the first week of January, I've still not really gotten any sleep. It's great. I kind of figured Ultra Sun Moon was sort of like black and white too, so it was more or less just kind of like an existing sequel. That's interesting though. I know I played Ultra Sun and, or I played the original Sun with my brother who had Moon. And he worked at a toy store, and I guess he won some sort of like internal store contest where he got himself a new 3DS. And I have an old one because I bought it back when I was told that there was going to be Mega Man Legends 3 for it. Because I got suckered in early. And the load times I had to deal with compared to him were just so bad. It's like, well, I can't even play the next one because it's just going to be waiting. The game, no thanks. But I will say that Sun and Moon did something really cool. They created a monster that I love so much, it jumped straight to my most loved list. Because before that, it was like, you know, Gen 1 had half my favorite monsters. Gen 3 had my other half. Although 1 is technically a Gen 4 monster. Because, again, Gallade. And then, you know, they created Silvally, and it's like, wow, I love that monster so much. I'm just pissed you have to get to the end of the game before you can have it. Ah, she's sleeping. I can't even give this thing a Liz. Crap. Alright, well, I guess we will shake some trees. And probably get eaten by bees, which is scary. I am inclined to agree with what they did. I think they could have made her a better villain in Sun and Moon. I think they could have paced like the Ultra Beast at the end better too. And, you know, not made my favorite monster a thing you can only get after you beat the game. But that's just a personal complaint I have. Let's see if we can find bees. And get killed immediately by bees. That's another thing I like about Gen 1 Animal Crossing. Bees are the only hostile bugs. There's no scorpions, there's no freaking tarantulas that like knock you out if you find them. Those guys are such a pain in the ass. And if I recall, New Leaf added like 4 more of those types of bugs. It's like, no, we need less, not more. Also, bring back the NES games, but we know they never will. I know they never will add NES games back in Animal Crossing because Virtual Console existed. And 3D Classics exist. Just like I know they're never going to go back to a top-down view of Animal Crossing, which I think sucks, because I think the top-down was way better than that weird rolling pin look it has. What do we got here? Is that from our friend the Snowman? And a large screech in the background? Let's see what we got from our pal the Snowman. I think it's just a normal thing. I think you have to get like a perfect snowman to get an actual snowman furniture. Oh, nope, we got a snowman wall. Cool. Completely mismatched. But I kind of dig it. I don't know, it's also been first since I played Sun. But again, I had an old 3DS that didn't like that I was trying to play a good game on it. That said, there aren't that many 3DS games I would recommend out there. I don't have a lot of them, granted, but I think the best one by far was Fantasy Life. That was a great game. Kind of a shame we never got the sequel, though. Yep, you can have that, Mr. Nook. Bees. And I think bees get you something like 3,000 bells, which isn't really worth the hassle that you end up getting from them. Which is kind of a shame. I think there's a trick, like you can... Uh-oh. Like, yeah, if you circle, they can't quite turn as intently. Ow. And that is the first time we got murdered by bees. I got a review for the first game up on my channel. I prefer Mega Man 64, though. Like, the sound quality on it is significantly less good, but the use of, like, the actual 3D controller, even though it's the N64 one, just makes it all the more playable. But I appreciate the fact that they actually got Mega Man to be played by a boy in that game, which they threw out the window in the sequel. So that she could be played by, well, the mayor of the first game, and also Sailor Jupiter, because Sailor Jupiter. I'm just glad they made The Misadventure of Tron Bon a downloadable title, because, goddamn, trying to buy that game is expensive. That's one of the most expensive PS1 games I can think of. And that's coming from some guy who's actively trying to find a copy of Team Buddies and Tail Concerto. Hey, there's some furniture. No. No, I believe the creators of Mega Man actually said there was a lot of Tetsuwan Adam in his character development. I would like the N64 controller if the control stick wasn't made of a hard plastic that, like, broke apart and became less sensitive after, like, the first time you use it. Like, that's one thing I've been trying to do for a long time. I heard that if you have a second GameCube controller, you can take the stick out of it and transplant it into an N64 controller and it'll work just fine. I imagine that would be better, because, you know, playing a GameCube controller right now, that soft sort of plastic they have, right? That is just so much more comfortable. Oh good, more bees. Now, this is the good thing about this game, and they changed it in every other Animal Crossing. If you pause the screen, the bees pause. Every other game, they keep moving. So we can actually kind of, whiff entirely. I was robbed, I had him. That's it, I think we've at least got a pattern down for fighting bees, which is nice, so we could try and get some bees for the museum. And then we're just missing one. I'm not sure I agree, because the D-pad is completely worthless on a GameCube controller, and the C-stick is not the greatest. Like, going back to me having to play obscure games for this little beginning of year What the Hellathon, I got to play Time Splitters on the PS2 controller. I've got Time Splitters 2 on the on the GameCube, and I can tell you, trying to play an FPS with the GameCube controller is so uncomfortable. But I think it's ergonomically designed. I think the general portfolio, the profile of this thing is excellent. I'm not necessarily sure I like everything about it, though. Okay, so we just... Yeah! That's how you catch some bees. And we can go deliver that to the museum. And then we just need a bagworm, and we've caught all the bugs for this season. Although bagworms are really rare. But since we're in a tree-shaking mood... I forgot this game paused bees. I just remembered that every other game did it, so I figured this game did as well. So I was like, I don't want to deal with bees right now. But, you know, if I can catch bees relatively easily, I'm going to do it. Because bees are worth like 3,000 bells or something like that. Oh yeah, there's the N64 controller comparatively. Or the Intellivision controller. I've got one of those. I can tell you the controller on that thing's terrible. The Atari 5200 controller. The Jaguar controller. There's a lot of worse controllers than the GameCube controller. The GameCube controller is awesome. But it's, for the time, I think there's that, like, the PS2 controller is still, on an average game-to-game basis, probably by and far the better controller. Even though I don't really like it all that much, I think that there's still better controller designs. Like, my favorite controller design of all time, it's definitely old school, but I really like the Saturn controller. Like, not even the 3D controller, like, just like the proper old school one. That looks like kind of a more exploded Genesis controller. Love that controller. But I also just love the Saturn in pretty much every respect, so... Hey, more furniture. What do we got? Ranch bookcase. You can dip your carrots in it and it'll taste delicious. Because ranch. Yes, I am playing on a GameCube. I could play it on my Wii. It would literally mean no difference. Heck, I could play my N64 copy. But I decided to do this one just because language barrier was less. Oh, what game do you have for your Saturn? I've got a lot of them, but still never enough. There's so many Saturn games I want. There's one I'm looking up right now. That's like $15. It's like, well, you know, if I wasn't completely broke and relying on donations to make sure that I could, you know, continue to make shows and stuff, I might grab that. Honestly, for the time, I'd say the PS2 controller is the best controller. Because it has basically everything where you need it. Like, you don't use the directional pads much, but it's in at least an accessible place. But it's still designed so that you can actually access both sticks when you need them for FPSs. Noise! Galactic Attack, also known as Lair Section. That was, like, 10 years ago, one of the only affordable shmups on the Saturn, and now it's ridiculously expensive, which is why I don't have a copy. That and Darius Gaiden was the other really affordable shmup back in the day, although not anymore. Which is why I had to review the arcade version, which I have on a compilation disc. Bees are also slowly dying out because, you know, they're an endangered species now. The funny thing is, a lot of people don't tell you this, but bees are becoming endangered because of human meddling, yes, but also because of bees themselves. Because one thing the famous Africanized killer bees like to do is they'll go in and blend in with the other types of bees and basically assassinate the queen and take her place, and then just replace the population from within. Which is why the Africanized bee, which was originally, it wasn't really native to anywhere, but South America is kind of where they were first genetically engineered. When they escaped from their lab, which is always a great little story, they slowly started becoming more and more climatized because they started taking over more and more hives that slowly came north, which is why they're now halfway through the States and eventually they'll be into Canada. It does sound like an Assassin's Creed movie. The sad thing is, that is, as far as I'm aware, completely factually accurate. I learned that from my manager back when I worked at a greenhouse. He talked about how, you know, they were basically genetically engineered in a lab in South America just so that they could survive better, and then they kind of didn't find a way to take out how aggressive they were, and then they escaped. And now they're kind of destroying the either bee populations, and it's kind of really sad because, you know, bees are already endangered. Why do we want the ones that are going to be like the worst for everyone? I have one of those 4M cartridges. You can get them super cheap. Just go to Play Asia. They're like maybe $20. They are super, super worth it. And hey, if you get one, I can recommend a metric shit ton of games. Because I've got a lot of imports. I've actually been meaning to do like an import video. Hey, there actually is an igloo here. Hold on, I just gotta check one thing about this character, because I know their personality ends up dictating what they do. And if we get the right one, we might be here for a while. Because there's one specific... What is her personality? Normal. Which is, I think, what we want. So we might actually be here for a while to get our one secret frozen dessert prize of destiny. Because they have, like, the fairest games. Second card. The thing I dislike about importing Saturn games right now is, like, importing any games is super, super cheap, but from what I've noticed, and it might just be because I'm in Canada, of course, but import fees and shipping fees have gone up exponentially. Like, my favorite guy to import from was, I believe his name was Yamatoko Classics, and he had some pretty high shipping to begin with. It was like, the first purchase was like $20 shipping, so you kind of had to buy 2 or 3 things from him. But unfortunately, like, as time went on, he increased his shipping, so for one purchase, you now have to pay $50 shipping. It's like, yeah, you've got the best stuff, but I cannot afford that. Yeah, I hear ya. I wish I had money, or I'd be like, I'd be getting, like, maybe Anthem. I want to get the new Crackdown. There's that, Shadows Die Twice I'd love to get. I would love to get so many games coming out in my birth month, but it's like, I don't have money. And I'm living off of my Patreon donations of $13 a month, so, I probably won't be getting any of them. Okay, so the nice thing, and this is the very game why we like this particular character type, and why we'll probably be standing here until we actually get the thing, is because they're going to list 5 items for us to buy, and there's one thing in specifics we want, so I'm at least able to sit around and, I don't want an office desk. I'll take whatever the last thing is, I guess. Pothos. I got to grow them and sell them to people. They were not the most interesting plants to grow. But I remember we sold them with like a giant PVC pipe wrapped in coconut palm. Just to sell them, because they need something to structurally support them. My girlfriend's on Etsy. I've seen lots of repro stuff on there, actually, but unfortunately, a lot of places on Etsy don't ship to Canada. So I can't actually enjoy any of them, unless I ask my girlfriend to borrow her shipping device. And by device, I mean address, because I'm very clearly tired. So we're probably going to be here for a while, because this is thus far the only villager that has the personality type that'll actually give us the thing we want. Without having to lose a bunch of money. In theory. She's the fairest anyway. Nice. And hey, if you want to see some awesome Saturn reviews, I've got a few of them. 5 pieces of furniture. Which means one of them could be what we're looking for. I hope so, because we've been at this for almost a week. That's not it. Nope. I want no kitty chair. I do not care for your lawn chair. Ouch. Yeah, have a good night, penguin. I'll catch you later. I'm gonna be here talking to this lady a bunch, hoping to get my one secret item that I want. Because alas, we've spent a freaking week on this thing. And this is literally the best scenario we've run into. Okay, Gemette, let's, let's try this then. We'll leave 3,000 bells in my inventory and hope that's enough to trigger her. You know what, I'll be generous, we'll go with 4,000. Because, damn it, I want the thing, and this might be our best chance to get it. Come on, more stuff. I don't want your chowder, I want your treasure. Alright, let's see what you got, Gembet. A master sword, well, that's tempting, but I do actually have one now, so no. I actually have one of those too. I care not for your station of space. Radiator, no. Oh, hey, that's actually not bad. A cheap lily pad table. But it's not what I wanted. I think we've got like half the Igloo exclusives too, which is kind of neat. Well, stop being bored, let's play a game. Because even if you don't want to play, I'm going to keep bugging you until you do. Alright, let's see if we get our magical frozen treasure of destiny. Phonograph! No, thank you. An igloo model. I do actually want that. That is an exclusive, so I will be taking that. But that's not what we want. We will be back after I put that in my house, so she can't steal it, though. I'll be back in a sec. To my house. The place where I live. And we can drop off my money back at my house, too, so I don't get, Actually, no, I should probably keep in my inventory just in case. It would be kind of cool to, like, create a model of the town in my house. I don't know if it would be to scale in any way, though. Do. Alright, where's the igloo model? Igloo bureau. Pothos. Igloo model. Which actually does have a light. It's kind of a lamp. And because of that, not that you can tell, but that tree was facing the wrong way at that time. We're going to drop it right here so we can see that lovely lamp, even with the lights off. Drop that. And we're going to turn that on. Alright. So the nice thing is we actually have a little bit of the start of a set. As well as actually technically the start of 2 sets, which is kind of cool. Plus, we're getting more exclusives. Plus, we might get all the exclusives tonight if What's-Her-Name doesn't want to be nice to me and just give me what I want. Okay. I'll keep those in my inventory for the moment. And I'll just say the paper. There we go. I really should start writing letters and getting more fruit, but I don't really want to right now. Okay, now I gotta remember where that igloo was. Uh-oh. I think it's in this sector. Yep, there it is. I'm genuinely curious, how many bits of the igloo stuff do we have at this point? Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 of 9. So we got about half the set so far. Although it's not really even a set. Now granted, we're going into this only wanting one specific thing though, so... You can have this Pothos that you sold me. Okay. 4th card. That's not a bad one. I mean, I wouldn't have minded having you pay me 10,000 bells for it like I paid for it, but you know, whatever. But that's the thing, depending on your villager's personality type will give you like the best games and stuff. And this is literally the best set of personalities for games you can get. Both in terms of sales as well as loot. And I want some loot. Alright, well, whatever. Now, the scary thing is if we want to try and finish off that little carpet set that we bought from Sahara, we have to, like, randomly get it from another character. And it's like, oh... I don't like random. I like actually knowing what I'm getting. Okay, let's go. Metronome. Nope. What else you got? Don't want a detour arrow. Palladium. Lady Palm. A flagman sign. I did not need one of those. But the nice thing is I can at least go through 5 items. Instead of having to basically, like, haggle over one random one. Let us heat this place up some more. Alright, kitty couch, no. Lemon table, no. A kitty couch again, no. Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our treasure. That's awesome. I'm taking this home. And then since we're here and you seem to have the best personality type, we're going to see if we can get everything else from you. Now this item is important because it's an item that doesn't exist. And that's the best way I can put it. I'll drop it in my house and I'll explain it. But it's literally my favorite item in Animal Crossing, but it's so hard to come by. So I'm very glad to have it. Honestly, if it was easier, I would just get an entire room and just fill it with these guys, because I freaking love this item so much. Alright, how do we want to put this? Sorry, tree model. You can go there. This is the best piece of furniture. So what this is it is a development tool that was not supposed to be left in the game. It was supposed to have its information dummied out. But essentially, it is an item. It has the Japanese characters for dummy on here. And what it was basically a thing to test your ability to move furniture around. However, unlike most other beta things that were dummied out, this was left in the game. However, it was only available as a rare item from Igloo people. And I freaking love this thing. It does absolutely nothing. And unlike other beta stuff, you can have it in your house. You can put it in a acre and it'll be fine. Other beta stuff, if you put it in an acre, it completely deletes the acre. And you just can't go there ever again without the game freezing. But that is a very cool piece of game development in this game. That's my ultimate treasure, the dummy. It's by far my favorite piece of furniture. I wish it was not as big a pain in the ass to get as it is, because you can only get it as a rare drop from these guys. That said, we now have 5 out of 9 of these exclusives, so what the hell, we'll see if we can get a few more exclusives from Gembet. Because there's a few other ones that would be kind of nice to have. But I like it because it's kind of a look behind the curtain to see how this game works and stuff. First card. Ouch. Yeah, see? Even when you screw up, they give you something. I mean, it's like Kitty Couch I said no to 4 times in one moment, but still. When you pick the worst thing, they still give you something. They're that nice. You could add more fish to your chowder. That might make it thicker. I don't know how chowder works. I've seen chowder. It looked really unappetizing. But I've also been told cream is a big ingredient in it, and being dairy sensitive, I can't have too much of it. You can have this crappy flagman sign. You know, the nice thing is I already have most of my favorite furniture in this game. I think the only piece of furniture I really like that I don't have immediately is the cream couch. I kind of like the cream couch because it's very nice looking, but I've got pretty much everything else outside of like gyroids and stuff anyway. Yeah, but clam chowder's seafood, and I can't eat seafood because it's seafood. Seafood's gross. Like, that's the thing. I'm not allergic to seafood or anything, but I just cannot stomach it. The scent of shrimp alone makes me sick. It just ruins my sensibilities, and that sucks because, as I understand, you know, out in Rhode Island, that stuff is kind of a big thing, is chowder and, like, seafood and stuff. So that's a real shame you can't have any. Let us play this game. I do not need a rocking chair. Don't need a low lantern. A standing stone. I have one of those, though. I wouldn't mind having another one of the stone set, though, because that's what I'm working on, but... A kitty couch. Again. Thank you for that. Hey, a blue vase. Those are actually kind of nice looking. I mean, I don't really need one, but still, kind of nice looking. The kitty couch you wanted to get rid of a second ago? Yes, it is quite nice. Oh, you want it? Sure. I'll do it. I picked the first card. Like, it seems like the way these particular characters work in terms of igloo mechanics, you could actually make a lot of money. That said, I have the dummy. I have everything I want out of it, but still, you could get a fireplace, and I kind of wouldn't mind that. That's kind of a nice piece of furniture. How much money do we have? Oh, we got a fair bit. I will put more money in my wallet if it will make you happy and let us play a game. You can also get chowder. That might surprise you, but you can actually get chowder as like some kind of furniture. Another thing that's special about the dummy is while you can collect it, it will never get added to your catalog. So if you get rid of it, there's no way to get it back, short of waiting for more igloos. Hey, Mrs. Flamingo. Nah. I'm not interested in married women. Again with the kitty couch. This lady, she has like 80,000 kitty couches. She is like the monarch of Kitty Couch Kingdom. Hey, snowboard, that's exclusive. I will be taking that, actually. Alright. See, we're actually getting exclusives out of this. And because of that, if I may just look at the page again. As soon as I find where it was. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all we have left is chowder, the fireplace, and crab stew. And I would settle with just having the fireplace, because I'm not into fish. But we can go put our snowboard in our little snowman walled room. And I think it's a red item, so we can put it in the right corner and we get some better luck with bells. Because feng shui is a thing. Well, it's a thing that is ill-defined in this game. Like, let's just drop Mr. Snowboard. Yeah, it's red. Also, I think it has the GameCube logo on it, which is kind of neat. Sorry, glass top table. Yeah, so we're only missing 3 more exclusives. That's pretty cool. Jambette has been quite accommodating, especially considering we only wanted the dummy. The fact that we have everything else is just sort of awesome, too. We've got some face and we have some money still, so we should be okay to keep playing some more of these little gambling-ish games. You can have this blue vase. Let's play a game for it. I'll do it. I picked the 3rd card. Not bad, considering I only paid like 200 bells for the bloody thing. Let's do another game, Jambette. You're becoming one of my favorite villagers in this town. I do not care for your classic cabinet. Next. Nope, I don't want to weigh myself. I can live without a low lantern, I feel. You can keep your cubby hole. Hey, a sunflower. I grow sunflowers. I had a sunflower this year that grew to 12 feet in the air, and it was freaking huge. It was one of those, like, what was it, Russian Emperor sunflowers or whatever? The actual flower on it was like 2 feet wide. It was crazy. I believe that you built this thing, but only if you let me have a fireplace and maybe some chowder. And some stew. I probably don't have enough money to trigger her to do it. I think you need like 3,500 or something like that. There's that enough to make you want to play a game with me? I think it's honestly just random, but I wish there was a way you could actually just skip all these pointless dialogues and just actually get to the actual gameplay. Alright, furniture. A vibraphone. No thank you. I don't need a Pothos. I have a snowboard already, though. I'm gonna have to skip it. I kind of wanted to take it just because I know you get extra HRA points, but still... I don't need another kitty couch, lady. Seriously, that is probably like the 12th kitty couch she's offered. This lady, she has like a fetish for them. Let's play a game, lady. do not want a bird bath, thank you. A folk guitar. No thanks. My buddy Zach would love that, but no thank you. A neutral corner. What was that line? Tell my wife I said hello. King of the neutral planet. I have no strong feelings one way or the other. Futurama was such a funny show. I'm sad it's not on Netflix anymore. I do not care for your vanity. It's another kitty couch. Who'd have thought she'd have another one? Oh, that's amazing. It's her favorite piece of furniture, I guess. It's rump ugly, but she loves it. You wanna buy all my crap, though? Why are we attacking the neutral planet, sir? Well, you see, Kif, with your enemies, you know where you stand. But who can tell with neutral people? Misquoting Futurama's terrific. I pick the 4th card. Ow. Yeah. Ow. You could have at least traded me for a kitty couch. Lord knows you've tried so many other times. That said, I mean, she's basically been Lady Luck to us at this point, so, you know, I'm okay with losing a few rounds to her. First card. Not bad. I think there's, like, one card that would have been better, and it's something like 5,000 bells or something. I don't want a red armchair. A croton, no. I still don't want your smelly bird bath, lady. Another kitty couch. I hope someone's keeping track of how many she's offered me at this point. That's a little bit expensive for a snow bunny, but it is an exclusive. I already have it, but still. I'm terrified to do this, I really am. Oh, I don't have the 10,000 anymore. Okay, I'm less terrified then. I broke it up is what happened, right? We might be out of money really quick, but at least we got what we came here for. Now I just want to see if we can get the other cool stuff. Don't get bored. Let's just play a game. You can take your ranch dressing table and stick some carrots in it. It'd be delicious. Still don't want your space station. I will take my chances with the last object. That's a lot for a ringside table that I didn't want. Oh well. Again, I've got what I came for. Now I'm just seeing if we can get anything cool from this. That said, I mean, we still have a month and a half or so until we run out of igloos, and we still only have 3 more, exclusives. You want the kitty couch? That's a complete shocker. Third card. Ow. I am bad at gambling. It's a good thing I'm not much of a gambler to begin with. You want that other piece of furniture I have? I mean, if you don't want it in 4 minutes, I'll leave, but... I mean, on the bright side, we got exactly what we wanted. It took about a week and was nothing but randomness, but still. If we hadn't done this so late, we could have probably gotten a little bit more money to play this a little longer. Gotten a few more exclusives, but still, we got the one that was important, plus a couple others. And that's really cool. You got 3 more minutes, Jimbet. Lord, Queen, Empress of the Kitty Couch. Actually, it's because packed snow contains a lot of insulation, which allows you to keep your heat in. Igloos are fascinating to see. If I recall, they made an entire hotel just out of shaved ice and stuff. I read about it once. It was quite fascinating to hear. Excuse me. I don't think you want to play any more games, Jamette. So I'm just gonna go with my stung face. The nice thing, though, is if we can go after more bees, that's a lot of, yeah, sorry. I just know that we had some quest to do for some people. If it's not with either of these, that's fine, but I just want to make sure. Nope. I guess I've done everything I need to today. Oh, right, and we got another snow bunny we can put in our house. For more style points. Not a lot of places I can put it, but we're running out of room. We need to pay off our house. Actually, can I put this up there on that, this thing? I can. And I think that actually classifies as a red item. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put another one over here. Because more feng shui / HRA points. And then we can put the white boombox here. Oh, we'll turn our music back on. Turn it on. And we'll move this over here. So it's not in the way of the Master Sword, so we don't get points taken off. Although we will get points taken off if we leave that there in front of that snowboard, so we will move it here. And that is probably about as good as we can get with our current setup of stuff. Except for the dummy. I don't think the dummy's worth anything. It just takes up space, but it's cool. And I wanted it, damn it. Anyway, that'll be it for January 6th, 2019 of my Animal Crossing life. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did want to see more, follow the stream. We will be streaming later some more of the first week of 2019, the What the Hellathon. And provided I can actually get some of my equipment working properly, we're going to finish off our Pokemon Let's Play. Although it will be pretty short or very long, depending on how badly things go. You can also follow my YouTube channel to see everything else I've made, which is spoilers. A lot of awesome stuff. A lot of obscure stuff. Tons of games I'm sure you've never heard of, because that's just sort of my bag. And if you really want to make my day, go head up my Patreon, support me there, so that I can, you know, continue to do this, talk about rare and obscure games and interesting games, as well as, you know, help pay my rent and stuff. And if you do, you get on the Patreon supporters Discord, where we can discuss rare games and how awesome Animal Crossing is, even though I got stung by bees. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.